Hello students, my name is Arvind Rai from LPM Public School, which is situated in Gola Bazar, Gorakhpur, and I am your subject teacher of Social Studies. And this video is helpful for class 4th students. In our previous videos, we had discussed about the three basins, okay, that helps in the formation of northern plains. So we have discussed 2 points in basins. First one is Satluj Basin, second one is the Ganga Basin, and third one is the Brahmaputra Basin. Okay, we had discussed some points in the Brahmaputra Basin also, but I should start from this topic itself to have your concern regarding the Brahmaputra Basin. You should learn it properly again, so I should start from the Brahmaputra Basin. Okay, it is the third part of the northern plains. Okay, students, before starting the topics, I hope that you all are good at your homes and maintaining and following the precautions regarding COVID-19 and instructions given by the government. Please be safe and be healthy. Don't take stress and don't take panic. All cases, all things will be very good soon. Okay, now come to the point, the Brahmaputra Basin. The third part of the northern plains is formed by the Brahmaputra river. Like the Satluj and the Ganga, the Brahmaputra too rises in the Himalayas. Okay, the Brahmaputra river also rises from the Himalayan mountain range. It enters India at Arunachal Pradesh and flows through Assam into Bangladesh. Okay, are you getting me from where I am reading? I am reading from this topic, the Brahmaputra Basin, and presently I am reading from this point. Like the Satluj and the Ganga, the Brahmaputra too rises in the Himalayas. It enters in India at Arunachal Pradesh, okay, and flows through Assam into Bangladesh. It then joins the Ganga in Bangladesh. This combined river called Padma. Okay, the Brahmaputra river originates from Himalayan mountain range, or we can say Himalayas, and it enters India at Arunachal Pradesh and flows through Assam into Bangladesh. While flowing through Assam in our country, it enters Bangladesh. Bangladesh is our neighbor country, okay, in the eastern side. It then joins the Ganga in Bangladesh. Okay, the Brahmaputra river joins Ganga in Bangladesh. This combined river called Padma. When the Brahmaputra river combines with Ganga river in Bangladesh, then they are known as Padma river in Bangladesh, and finally flows into the Bay of Bengal, forming the largest delta in the world, the Sundarbans Delta. Okay, when they are meeting in Bangladesh, the Brahmaputra river and the Ganga river, they make a they form delta, which is largest delta in the world, and the name of the delta is Sundarbans Delta. Okay, now come to the next point, that is life in the northern plains. Before starting the life in the northern plains, you can see the related images of the Brahmaputra basin. Okay, on the left hand side you can see the image, this one. This is the image, the mighty Brahmaputra as it flows past Guwahati in Assam. When it is flowing in Guwahati, then this is the image of that Brahmaputra river. And this is second image which is shown on the right of that picture. This shows the Sundarban deltas. Okay, here it is written the Sundarbans. So it is the delta part which is made by Brahmaputra and Ganga river. Now come to this point, life in the northern plains. Okay, the northern plains are one of the most fertile and densely populated regions in India. Okay, the northern plains are one of the most fertile and densely populated regions in India. It is most fertile, so that is why it is mostly used for agricultural purposes, that is farming, and that is why it is densely populated, because almost every people wants to settle down near the plains. Okay, so what is the occupation of the people who are living in the northern plains? That is, we are talking about this topic, occupation. Okay, agriculture and industry are two important occupations of the people living here. Farmers grow rice, wheat, pulses, sugarcane, fruits and vegetables. Okay, what are the main crops which are grown in this area is rice, wheat, pulses, sugarcane, fruits and vegetables. Punjab is the largest producer of wheat in India. Okay, Punjab is the largest producer of wheat in India. What does it means? In India, we have 28 states. Among all these 28 states, Punjab is the state itself which produces most quantity of wheat. Okay, Punjab is the largest producer. It produces the largest amount of wheat as compared to whole part of India. So Punjab is the largest producer of wheat in India. Now rice is mainly grown in the hot wet regions of West Bengal and Bihar. Okay, when we are talking about the farming of rice, it is mainly grown in the hot wet regions of West Bengal and Bihar. The main industries in this region are the sugar, automobile parts, textile and heavy machinery. Okay, are you getting where I am? I am reading from this point. The main industries in this region are the sugar, automobile parts, textile and heavy machinery. Animal husbandry and dairy farming are also important activities. In the cities, people take up other jobs as well. Okay, the main industries in this region are the sugar industries, automobile parts industries, textile industries and heavy machinery. And animal husbandry and dairy farming are also important activities. In the cities, people take up other jobs as well. Now in the left side of this page, which is page number 34, okay, on page number 34 on the left side, you see a quick check is given here. Okay, what it is given? Name any three tributaries of the river Ganga. Okay, yesterday I had told you that what is tributary of any river. Okay, tributaries are the small rivers which joins the bigger one or the main rivers is known as their tributaries. Means in Hindi we say it सहायक नदियाँ. ठीक है, जो बड़ी नदियों के साथ मिलती हैं, छोटी नदियाँ, उनको उनकी ट्रिब्यूटरीज कहा जाता है. They are called tributaries of the bigger rivers. So yesterday we had discussed who are the tributaries of Ganga. So we have, can you, what are the tributaries of, who are the tributaries of the Ganga? First one is, I will give you first hint, that is Yamuna Nadi. Okay, the Yamuna river is the main tributary of Ganga, and left two names you will search by your own. Now name the dam built on the Satluj basin. That also we had read in yesterday's video, that what is the dam, name the dam which is built on the Satluj basin. And third one is name the Indian states through which the Brahmaputra flows. Okay, just now we had completed this point, that name the Indian states through which the Brahmaputra flows. First one is Arunachal Pradesh, from where it enters in India, and after that Assam. Now we'll come to the next page, that is page number 35. We are talking about cities in the northern plains. Okay, we are talking about these cities. Many large cities like Chandigarh, Amritsar, Delhi, Meerut, Agra, Aligarh, Varanasi, Kanpur, Bareilly, Lucknow, Allahabad, Patna, Kolkata and Guwahati lie in the northern plains. Okay, so these are the important cities you are supposed to write down in your notebook, that which cities comes under in the northern plain region. So the main large cities like Chandigarh, Amritsar, Delhi, Meerut, Agra, Aligarh, Varanasi, Kanpur, Bareilly, Lucknow, Allahabad, which is now named as Prayagraj, Patna, Kolkata and Guwahati lie in the northern plains. After that we had second point, which is culture and art. The northern plains enjoys a rich and varied culture. Each state has its own special foods, traditional clothes, festivals and style of art, dance and music. Okay, the northern plains enjoys a rich and varied culture. It means in the northern plains this area have very rich and variety of cultures. Each state has its own special foods. Okay, in each and every state there is different forms of foods, or food culture we can say, is performed. Traditional clothes, festivals and style of art, dance and music, means there is a very much diversity in each things. Now in the left side of this page it is given heritage corner. The uh, the Hindus revere the Ganga as a holy river. Many of the cities on the banks of the Ganga like Haridwar, Varanasi and Allahabad have been important centers of pilgrimage for more than 2000 years. Varanasi by the side of the Ganga. Okay, Ganga is the holy river. Holy river means the river which is worshipped in Hindu religion. That river is known as holy river. Okay, so many of the cities on the banks of the Ganga like Haridwar, Varanasi and Allahabad have been important centers of pilgrimage for more than 2000 years. Now when we are talking about food, sorry, food, people in the northern plains eat a wide variety of food. Wheat is the main cereal eaten in the northern and western parts. Okay, wheat means gehu, which is the main cereal eaten in the northern and western parts. In Bengal and Assam, rice and fish is widely consumed. Shown here are some of the types of food eaten in the northern plains. Okay, these pictures are some of the dishes of foods which is being eaten in the northern plains. First one is a vegetarian thali with rice, chapati, dal and paneer. It is a vegetarian thali. After that there is a kebab, a meat based dish common in Uttar Pradesh. After that third image is litti, a traditional food in Bihar. And fourth image is Tandoori chicken is a popular dish of Punjab. After that, a traditional Assamese meal with rice, vegetables, and fish. And in last, the hilsa fish cooked with mustard seeds, a popular delicacy in West Bengal. Okay, so these are the things which is regarding food which is eaten in different parts of northern plains. Students, you are supposed to write the important parts in a notebook, and you are supposed to revise each and every line, and you are going to learn these points. Okay, we'll meet in the next video with some next important topics and exercises of this chapter. Till then, be safe and be healthy. Thank you so much.